right, so this is Glenn, and I'm from Sauna Times. It's about the authentic sauna experience, and I just want to visit with you folks with my great esteemed new friend guests. And I want to introduce you guys.
Yeah, I'm Kristin.
I'm Geoff, and I'm originally from Texas.
Originally from Michigan.
And you guys are on a long road trip.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Long trip.
Yeah, we're coming from originally Salt Lake City. We bought a truck out there to tow our mobile sauna. We started building it last year in Clark, Colorado. We left it there for a little bit of time because we went and traveled and did some contract work abroad. So now we have our sauna. We are traveling from Colorado back to Michigan with it. And actually today we're picking up our Kuuma stove, which we're very excited about.
In Tower, Minnesota, which is right where we are. If you want to just, camera person, show the lake where we're at real quick. And as we're visiting, I thought it would be nice for you guys to hear a little bit about how Kristin and Geoff have experienced many saunas. Do you want to speak to that? Like your experience with saunas and what we did last night.
Yes. Well, we were mentioning to Glenn earlier that we've experienced sauna in several different ways as far as the heat source. We've done electric stoves, we've done a boiler stove, we've done a diesel powered stove. Infrared.
Just to try it out.
We had to try it, see what it's about.
Not recommended.
Not really into it. And then last night, Glenn was gracious enough to host us in his sauna, and it was our first time experiencing a Kuuma stove. And the heat was just something that we haven't experienced before. We've enjoyed all of our sauna experiences, but this one, there was something just different about it. It was really magical, and just when that steam rolls over you, it's so smooth and soft, and it's such a great experience.
How would you describe that, Geoff?
There's no word in the English language that can accurately describe it. It's the spirit of the sauna. It's something that we can talk about, and we can have these sessions, and we can openly talk about it and try to describe it, but there's no way to accurately grasp the full meaning unless you are inside the sauna with the Kuuma stove and you have that sensation, the spirit come and envelope you. And it's a very physical, spiritual presence. It's not religious based, it's not anything of that nature, but it's something that overcomes you, and there's literally nothing like it. And it's not anything that you can manufacture besides having the right setup.
Yeah. And just the feeling of kind of you let it go, and you just relax into it, and you just let the worries and the pains just melt away, and you're just there in the moment and just experiencing it.
Yeah.
So
I wrote an article on Sauna Times called "Good Heat is Easily Felt but Harder to Understand," and that is part of the spiritual nature of good heat. It's a differentiator. And my good friend in Finland, Kimmo, he says heat and steam and ventilation are the three components to good sauna. And that's what you're creating with your mobile sauna.
Yes.
Tell the crew a little bit about your mobile sauna.
Oh, man. So it's a 1969 two-horse trailer. It's the classic one with the rounded front. We found it on a ranch in southern Colorado. It was one of the cheaper trailers that we could find at the time, which is probably holding true to this day. They do hold their value for whatever reason. So we found this trailer, we hauled it up to northern Colorado, and we converted it. And we ripped the inside out, a lot of metal grinding, a lot of rust to deal with. It's a twin axle, so it drives really nice. It's very, very strong. And we framed it out, and we lined it with Western red cedar. Mm-hmm. We lined probably 3/4 of it right up until the front where the Kuuma's going to sit. And then we have a corrugated metal for behind the sauna.
And
Or,
just
sorry,
to,
for behind the stove.
to interject on that, sorry. Horse trailer saunas are really awesome because tell us about the vehicle you're hauling with.
We're hauling with an F-150.
V8.
Yeah.
How's it pull?
It pulls like a dream. It pulls like a dream. We've seen, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, when we're traveling, now we have an eye for trailers. We have an eye for trucks.
Yeah.
We're always comparing and contrasting because that's just, it's just what we do now. Thanks, Glenn. And
You're obsessed.
Yeah.
And it has been an obsession. The build, we don't have a building background, but the build was addicting. Every free moment felt like we were out there.
Hey, I hear there's a sauna build ebook out there.
Oh,
There is. Who wrote that?
I think his name was Glenn. This guy.
Did that help you?
Very
Absolutely.
handy ebook.
Yeah.
Yes, that was one of the
what
first things.
we started with
Yeah.
that. And even though, so you talk a lot in your ebook about building it on the ground out of, what did you say, 12 by
8 by 12
8 by
as a
12
shed.
is kind of your standard. And we didn't do that. We built it out of a, 10 by 6 horse trailer with rounded ceilings. But it's a great template. And we used a lot of that information, even though it was a completely different design. We used a lot of your information as far as like the vapor barrier. You talk a lot about the positioning of the stove. You talk about the benches.
Drains, pros and
Yeah.
cons,
Yeah.
yay or nay for the drains,
So
which
there's-
for us was a really big thing.
There's quite a lot of nuances to sauna building,
Yes.
but what Geoff and Kristin did is apply it to their own custom sauna, mobile sauna. And I just want to give a nod out or a shout out to the horse trailer concept and how awesome it is what you've done. Dual axle.
Dual axle.
It's well balanced. It pulls really nice on your vehicle. And you guys plan to take this sauna far and wide, I hear.
Far and wide.
That's the hope. That's the dream.
That's why we put a little money towards what pulls
Yeah.
the sauna. I mean, we didn't want to have anything that was at its capacity or even near its capacity.
Yeah.
So I think the truck can haul 7,500 pounds.
Yeah.
Can
But
tow 7,500.
our sauna is no more than 3,000.
No more
with
than-
the stove and the
Yeah.
rocks, we're
Yeah.
guessing.
And you say you're spending money where it counts,
Yeah.
and you're saving money where you can.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
we always have it with us.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that when we leave, throw it on the truck, it's coming with us.
Right on.
Take
And-
it to a friend's house.
And if we can go back to having the correct stove, having that Kuuma in that, and I think we checked the square footage of our sauna trailer for what the stove can handle, and we're just under that. So we can not only take care of everything in the room, but just a little bit more. It's not overpowering. It's nothing that's
Yeah.
gonna run people out, but it's coming back to that spirit of like it's the essence of why we're so into saunas.
Right on. And that's music to my ears. I mean, the stove that the Kuuma stove that we experienced last night in our cabin sauna, I put in that stove in 1996.
Yeah.
And were you guys surprised to know that stove
Yeah.
is that old?
Yeah.
I've read about it before we came here.
Yeah.
Of course. And you also have it, there's no metal backing, it's just wood next to the stove. Because I asked you about that early on, and you had mentioned this one here.
So the cobbler's kid shoes have holes in them. It relates to the surround of the Kuuma at our cabin sauna. And it's for testing purposes only that I don't have an air gap and non-combustible around the Kuuma. So don't try that at home, kids.
Not
We
recommended.
didn't do that.
Which is-
We have metal behind it with an air gap.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you sent me the dimensions away from the wall if you have this, away from the sides if you have that.
Right on.
So we took all of that into consideration.
And maybe always keep a fire extinguisher nearby, just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah,
In
you
case some guy with a clipboard shows up
Yeah.
looking for some violation. You guys are having too much fun
Yeah.
here. Let me see. Section 4, Code 17.
We're in
Maybe
the
just
city now,
invite him
people.
into the sauna
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
We've done that at the 612 sauna. I remember once some fire instructor guy shows up And we're like, and he's looking for some reason to throw us under the bus or give us a citation of some
Yeah.
kind. Come on in and sauna. And he's like, man, I'd love to take you up on that offer. Maybe when I'm off duty.
Put the clipboard down, man. Come on, join us.
Anything else? You guys watching this, I hope this inspires you for your own sauna project. Kristin and Geoff going cross country, bringing the sauna on the road, coming to Tower, Minnesota to pick up their heater. Any final words?
I think if you're thinking about building a sauna, it was a little intimidating to Geoff and I. We are novice carpenters, but if you're thinking about it, you should just do it. And the book that Glenn has created is definitely helpful, even if it's not the exact template that you're looking for. And then he also does consulting for a little extra, and we utilize that quite a bit because he has lots of good answers for some questions that you have. So
Use the search bar on Sauna Times first.
yeah, there is a lot. There's a lot on there. Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for listening in, and bon voyage.
Thank
So
you.
wonderful
Thank
to have you.
you.